you're watching 9 PM Bar Bulletin News. Here are the top legal developments of the day. The Supreme Court on Tuesday issued a series of directions in connection with the special intensive revision of electoral rolls in West Bengal after noting that nearly 2 crore voters have been issued notices for document verification, with around 1.25 crore falling under the category of logical discrepancy. The court directed that the names of persons falling under this category shall be publicly displayed at Gram Panchayat offices, block offices, and ward offices. The Supreme Court dismissed as withdrawn a writ petition filed by an advocate challenging the constitutional validity of amended Rule 4, Chapter 1 of Bar Council of India rules, which restricts eligibility to contest Bar Council elections. The Supreme Court issued a notice in a petition filed by Yamuna Expressway Industrial Development Authority challenging a High Court judgment which held that the authority's demand for transfer charges was not capable of implementation. The Supreme Court has allowed the appeals filed by the Airports Authority of India and set aside the judgments of the single judge and division bench of the Kerala High Court, which had directed appointment of the writ petitioner to the post Junior Assistant Fire Service and mandated revoking of the entire selection by applying the reservation roster. The court held that candidates belonging to reserved categories who secure selection on their own merit without availing any concession or relaxation are entitled to be appointed against unreserved posts, and such appointments do not violate reservation norms. The Supreme Court heard a petition challenging an order passed by the Delhi High Court and proceedings arising out of an NDPS case, wherein adverse observations were made against the petitioner at the stage of bail. The matter was taken up by a bench led by Chief Justice of India, with senior advocates Mukul Rohtgi and Siddharth Luthra appearing for the petitioner. The plea assailed the High Court order on the ground that it contained detailed and damaging observation on the merits, despite that there being no recovery of contraband direct evidence linking to the petitioner to the alleged offence. The Supreme Court observed that the plea before the High Court for cancellation of bail was rightly allowed. However, it granted the petitioner interim protection from surrender for 1 week. In a petition filed through jail, the Bombay High Court refused to entertain a plea seeking placement of the petitioner in a category of convicts eligible to undergo a sentence of 22 years. The division bench of Justices A.S. Gadkari and Shyam C. Chandak dismissed the petition considering the nature of the offence. The Delhi High Court today set aside income tax reassessment notices issued to NDTV founders Pranay Roy and Radhika Roy, holding that the action initiated by the Income Tax Department was unsustainable in law. The court also imposed a cost of rupees 2 lakh on the department. The Delhi High Court dismissed an election petition filed by a former Delhi Law Minister and Aam Aadmi Party leader Somnath Bharti, challenging the election of BJP candidate Satish Upadhyay from the Malviya Nagar Assembly constituency in 2025 Delhi Assembly election. The Madhya Pradesh High Court at Indore directed the State Chief Secretary to ensure prompt action against industries running in violation with the MP Water Pollution Act and Air Pollution Act. The direction came in suo motu PIL initiated on the basis of newspaper report stating 5961 industries were operating without valid permission. The Madhya Pradesh High Court at Jabalpur, while hearing a second bail application, expressed displeasure over misleading submissions made at the bar and cautioned counsel to adhere to the fairness and transparency in court proceedings. The Delhi High Court dismissed an election petition challenging the 2020 election of Aam Aadmi Party leader Manish Sisodia from the Patparganj Assembly constituency, holding that the petition lacked material facts and failed to disclose a legally sustainable cause of action under the Representation of People Act 1951. The Delhi High Court dismissed an application filed by Indian Oil Corporation Limited seeking amendment of the prayer clause in its petition under Section 34 of Arbitration and Conciliation Act, holding that such an amendment would impermissibly revive a time-barred challenge and deprive the opposite party of accrued rights. The Delhi court discharged former Assam MP from a criminal case arising out of the death of a labourer during renovation work, holding that criminal liability for rash and negligent acts cannot be vicarious, fastened on a property owner in the absence of material showing direct supervision and control. That's all for today. Stay tuned with the Bar Bulletin for the latest legal updates. Thank you for watching.